What's up, y'all? So I posted about it on here about the planes. Today, I went out on this delivery. This plane flew over right as I go out. Or no, not right as I go out. It was right as I get to this intersection or whatever. Like I see the plane there, and then I go up to this other intersection and it flies over me there. So it flies over me on the way to my destination, and then I was delivering to this hotel, and right when I come out of the building, there's a plane flying over me. And then right when I get back to the store, there's a plane flying over me right when I get out of my car. And I think it was the same plane at all three times, just on that one delivery. I had a plane flying over me 3 times on one delivery. And then earlier in the day, there was this cop. I was walking by the train tracks, and this cop turns his lights on right as he drives by me, right by the right at the train tracks. He turns his lights on right as he drives by me. He does a U-turn in front of me and pulls over a white car. I didn't turn around to see him pull it over. I don't know if he pulled it over behind me or whatever. Probably did. But he turns around to pull over this white car, and then right as he drives by me again, there's a white SUV driving the opposite direction. Like right as the cop drives by me, there's a white SUV driving by me the opposite way. So that happened today. And then at work, they always do this where there'll be a phone call coming in, and then I'll answer the phone and someone else will answer it right before I do. So that I go to pick up the phone and it's still ringing, but then when I pick up the phone, it's answered, you know? So this phone kept ringing, and I kept going over to it, and then someone picked it up already, and then I walk away from the phone and it's ringing again, and then I walk back to it to pick it up, and someone picked it up already. I just think they just do this just to waste my energy and stress me out, or I don't know. But they just do things like that all the time at work, or they'll just come over and grab my delivery right as I'm about to grab it, and they'll look at it like, what is this? But they know that it's my delivery. And it's just right as I'm walking over to it, they're grabbing it, looking at it, and just doing little tiny things like that to get in my way, or just purposefully just walk out in front of me and get in my way and things like that. Just little things like that over and over throughout the day. You know? It's not a big deal if someone walks in front of me, but if it's just happening over and over constantly, it's like, bruh. Move. Get out the way, bitch. And then this car, one of my coworkers is leaving, and this car is coming to pick him up. And right as I get in my car, or right as I'm walking up to my car, they're driving up the parking lot, and they honk right as I put my hand on the handle of the car door. This car honks, and then they pull up behind me to pick this guy up, and then they're just sitting there behind me. Just directly behind my car in the parking lot, so I can't back up. And they're just sitting there for like 30 seconds or whatever. You know, it's just 30 seconds. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, I don't really care, honestly. It's not that big of a deal, but it's like they're just purposefully sitting there, you know. And then a lot of times when I'm doing deliveries, I'll hear like a scream synchronized. Like right when I get to my car, I'll hear a lot of times it's a child screaming or just a woman screaming. So I'll just hear it at a synchronized moment. They just do weird things like that. They're weirdos to the max. And like this order came in. There's just so many things that happen every day. Just anything you can imagine that you could synchronize and do with number synchronizers, numerology synchronizers, and subliminal message synchronizers, and color synchronizers, and all the synchronizers. Anything you can imagine could be synchronized, they synchronize it. And they've been synchronizing the fireworks a lot. I've only caught it a couple times on video so far. But last night, like all night when I was delivering, they were synchronizing fireworks a lot. And there was just a lot of people setting off fireworks in general. Like, it was just smoky everywhere. It was crazy. Just everybody's just setting their money up in flames, just blowing up all their money. But they were doing a lot of synchronized fireworks, though, as I would get into my car or out of my car or walk in and out of a door or hand over a delivery or walk away from the delivery or things like that. There'd be a firework going off right at that moment. Just like how they do the loud motorcycle engines and things like that. There's just a firework going off at synchronizer moments. Just all night until midnight when you can't light fireworks anymore. They're synchronizing fireworks. Like every time I go outside. And then that one video I made, the live stream, the full video, is like an hour long. And I don't think they were really doing it at the start of the video, but like 10 minutes in at the most or something like that. Like from that point on, they were doing it every time I crossed the street, I think. And at a bunch of other places. Oh, and they were setting off fireworks right next to my apartment today that I'm pretty sure were synchronized because someone came into my apartment and walked by in the hall, and right as they walked by my apartment, these fireworks started going off right outside my window. These really extremely loud fireworks. They're just always synchronizing things with somebody walking by my apartment in the hallway. So there's a gang stalker walking by in the hallway and a firework going off, starting right as they walk by, and then just going off for like a few minutes or whatever. And just right outside and extremely loud, like shaking the building loud. So that happened today. What else happened today? I mean, just the usual happened all day. And it's gonna happen again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. But it's just like, this is crazy. Like a customer will come in the door, synchronized with me finishing doing the last thing that I'm doing. Like I'm folding boxes and I fold the last box, and then a customer walks in the door with a red shirt, and then everybody's busy, so I'm the one that has to help them. Like everybody just happens to be busy. So like I'm the one who has to answer the phone, or the one who has to help the customer with the red shirt, or answer the phone with the 33 number. It just seems like they're like strategically busy at that moment so that I'm the one who has to answer the 33 number or talk to the customer with the red shirt or whatever. Anyway, so I'll finish folding the last box, and the customer will walk in with the red shirt, and then I go help him out, and then right as I walk up to the register, there's a coworker walking by me, right by me, and then maybe standing by me, and then there's a white car driving by on the street out the window at the same time, and then I finish up giving them their change, and then there's a loud slamming noise across the room right at that moment, and a white car or a red and a blue car drive by at the same time, or just and there's another customer walking in the door right at that moment, or a coworker walking in the door right at that moment. Or just what is any combination of things are gonna happen. It just continuously happens. Just continuously, just nonstop. Just like there's like a couple seconds where they won't be synchronizing, and then they start synchronizing again. And they're just synchronizing around me every time I do something or don't do something. If I just stand there, they're still synchronizing around me. There's people coming over and standing by me and just like standing there. They'll just come up and stand close to you and just stand there. And like act like they're like looking at something or looking for something or whatever, but they're just coming over there to stand by you, and then they just walk away. This is really awkward, you know? It's just awkward. But then like every intersection, there's just gang stalkers like in front of my car. Like the car in front of my car is some type of license plate number or just a white car or a one taillight car or some type of bumper sticker or dog hanging out the window or arm hanging out the window with a red sleeve on or whatever. Or a cop or whatever. It's like every intersection I come to, all the cars at the front of the traffic are gang stalkers. Like I can just never go through an intersection and just see a regular guy at the front of the traffic. It's always got to be a gang stalker. And it's always got to be a gang stalker in front of me if there's a car in front of me. And then I'll look in my mirror and it's a one headlight behind me. it's, so surreal. Like I came out of my apartment today and there's a white car right when I get to the first street driving out ahead of me, like a couple streets down. And then on that same street that he drove by at, when I get across the street, there's a guy on a motorcycle with a red shirt with a really loud motorcycle. There's just a white car at one side of the street and then a guy with a red shirt on a motorcycle on the other side. It's the first thing I see when I go outside. It's like I'm stuck in this movie. I'm just stuck in a movie. I can't get out. I'm stuck in Get Out and I can't get out. I'm trying to get out from the Truman Show and unplug from the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just wanted to talk about those planes and just say that happened today, because it did. Yeah, they're kind of going crazy today a little bit. I'm just trying to think, because there's just more things that happen that I'm gonna remember after I turn the video off. Probably there's gonna be other things that I remember that happened, because there's just always a million things that happen. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll end the video by seeing if there's a gang stalker outside. How about that? Is there a gang stalker outside? Is there gonna be a gang stalker? Whew, I don't see a gang stalker. That's why I like nighttime. I wish it was always like nighttime. Daytime is a nightmare. Well, thank God I don't see him, but if I went outside right now, I would see him. I just always got to repeat that point, because it's true. If I went outside right now, I would see them. But I don't see them. So that's good. I don't know who's in here, but go rewind the video or whatever. Have a good night, y'all. I'll be back with another video tomorrow probably, and they'll be out there in hordes of zombie hordes in their cyborg cars. Yeah, they're gonna be out there. Like, it's crazy how they're gonna be out there for the rest of my life, apparently. For the rest of my life, apparently. When I go outside, I'm gonna see cars driving by me strategically, and people walking by me strategically. and making fireworks sounds and sound effects and car honking sounds and sirens and screaming and doing weirdo shit. Ugh. Yep. That's reality, I guess.